lineup of fights from top to bottom. We are extremely proud in putting together this tremendous card. The non-televised fights are going to be action-packed. My matchmakers at Golden Boy Promotions have done a tremendous job in putting these fights together. All these fighters here in the back will be participating. We have Jose Miguel Cotto with a record of 33-3 and 24 knockouts of Caguas, who will be fighting Jose Luis Castillo of Mexicali, Baja California. And I'm sure you've seen him fight. He participated in one of our fights of the year for boxing not too long ago against the late Diego Corrales, which was an amazing fight. And once again, he's stepping it up to fight against a fighter in Jose Miguel Cotto from Caguas, Puerto Rico. Also a fighter that we're very excited about that will be fighting on Saturday night. He's got a record of 8-0 with 3 knockouts out of Hollywood, California, Jamie Kavanagh. He'll be fighting Saturday night. Tremendous fighter. We're really looking forward to showcasing him and moving him along. He's developing nicely, and we feel in the near future we can get him that title shot. Also, from Houston, Texas, a fighter that is moving along really nicely. We're within Golden Boy very excited that we can have a fighter with a record of 16-0 with 77 knockouts out of Houston, Texas. That's Jarmelo Charlo. Jarmelo. He'll also be fighting on the card. He'll be fighting Chris Chapman with a record of 10-1 and 5 knockouts out of Chicago. So all these fights are tremendous fights. We have Leonard Lane. He's got a record of 12-1 with 7 knockouts out of Houston, Texas. Leonard. Also here, and Daquan Arnett, is that right? 1-0, Orlando, Florida. He's only in the second fight, but tremendous talent. So we're very excited to be showcasing these young fighters who one day obviously aspire to become world champions. At this moment, I would like now to introduce to you and call up to the podium to introduce the semi-main event of the evening, which will be televised on HBO. And he is the co-promoter, Luis de Cuba, Sr.
Thank you, Oscar, Golden Boy Promotions, HBO Sports, Warriors Boxing, Leon Margolis, for putting on this tremendous card all the way through. Talking about Carlos, Carlos is a throwback type fighter. I handle some of the greatest Latin fighters of all time, Roberto Duran, Alfredo Gomez, Eusebio Pedroza, Joel Casamayor. And this guy reminds me, I've been boxing for 30 years, time fighters, Bobby Chacon, guys like that, they're throwbacks. Okay, Kirkland's a tremendous fighter, great puncher. You know, the guy is always dangerous. This is actually a throwback type fight. I'm very excited. But, you know, it's Carlos' time now, and everybody's going to see it. He's coming out for 3 great performances in a row, including against one of the best junior middleweights in the world, Ederson Lara. And, you know, this guy is ready right now. Everything's perfect for this fight. So I'm very excited. I'd like to bring up Carlos this morning. I also like to thank his trainer, Victor Mateo, who's done a tremendous job with him. He's undefeated with Victor. He's won 12 straight. And tremendous trainer.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank God for even letting me be here. I'd like to thank Golden Boy and HBO for putting on great shows. Texas, I'm excited and happy to be fighting in Texas. They got good fight fans here, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready for anything on Saturday night.
Thank you very much. Now, if you haven't seen Carlos fight, he's a tremendous fighter. He's been shocking and surprising a lot of fighters. We are very, very thrilled to have made this fight. It's one of those fights where you just don't want to miss. And like I said, we are extremely, extremely excited that they will be showcasing their talent live on HBO Championship Boxing. At this moment, I would like to acknowledge and introduce to you Team Kirkland, Cameron Duncan, who is the co-manager. Also, I would like to acknowledge Michael Miller, who is Kirkland's co-manager, who always does a tremendous, tremendous job with Kirkland's career. It really is a pleasure working with him. And to the podium, really a lady who needs no introduction. She is one of the best trainers in the business today, and really they make a great pairing, the fighter and the trainer. And this is Kirkland's trainer, Ann Wolf.
I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. I just say we come to fight. I know Carlos ready, know James ready. It was like if Carlos does this, if James does this, if ands and buts was candy, cherries, and nuts, we'd all have a miracle. So we got to come Saturday, and we'll all see what's going to happen.
I know Ann Wolf has James Kirkland in tremendous, tremendous shape. I think you had him pulling, was it tractors or what was it? Something like that. She always does a tremendous, tremendous job. One of the best trainers today in boxing. So, this next fighter I'll be introducing to you really has been making a huge, huge statement in the sport of boxing. He's a knockout artist who will be fighting, I believe, for the first time in his native state of Texas. He had a tremendous, tremendous few years. He's been racking up knockouts left and right. He did have a little stumbling block in one of his last fights, but bounced back with a tremendous, tremendous knockout, which I actually was there in person in Cancun. He fought El Perro Angulo, which was considered by many one of the most dangerous fighters out there at 154 pounds. And it was a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous fight. What he showed in that fight of going down, then getting back up and knocking out Angulo was really, really amazing. And I believe it was the 6th round, which was the candidate for for round of the year. It was an incredible, incredible action. But it really showed the heart and the desire he has to really get to the top and become world champion. And when I mentioned that he can possibly be facing Carlos Molina, he says, no problem. No problem, just line them up. So this is the type of fights, these are the type of fighters we love working with, fighters who do not fear anyone. And this is why it should be, and it will be a great fight, because both fighters just come to fight. So, with a record of 30-1, and 27 knockouts out of Austin, Texas, James Kirkland.
Foremost, I want to give thanks to God for this opportunity, and everybody's been supporting me. Golden Boy Promotion, De La Hoya, Richard Schaefer's, especially my coach, Michael Miller, Cameron Duncan, the whole Golden Boy team. You know, I continue to come and I train super hard. You know, this is what I do. I love to put on great events and great matches, and looking forward to fighting anybody at the 154 after this fight. Looking forward to getting a world title shot. But until then, you know this is going to be a hell of a fight and give everybody what they want to see, and that's action. And God bless.
Before I introduce the main event, I want to say a few words in Spanish. Les quiero recordar que mañana a la 1 el pesaje se va a llevar a cabo. Va a ser en el America's Mall, creo que es, a la 1, en donde va a ser abierto para el público. Así que los esperamos ahí a la 1 de la tarde. Va a ser en donde se van a pesar todos los peleadores. Va a ser, no, Plaza America's Mall. Plaza America's Mall, a la 1 de la tarde. Así que ahí estaremos. So now, for the main event. You know, when we were making this main event, when we were talking about it, we were really, really excited, and you know, we were telling ourselves, would a legend like Erik Morales take on such a tough young man in Danny Garcia? And obviously it was up to Erik Morales, because he is the champion, he is a legend. And he said, no problem. I mean, this is what I do. I fight. And obviously, when you're facing a young fighter who is hungry and strong and young, like Danny, it's a very dangerous fight for fighters who have been there, who have the experience. But Erik Morales is a fighter who has had a plan. Erik Morales obviously believes in himself, and he has given us tremendous fights over the years. So before I introduce the participants, I would like to introduce Team Garcia. I want to call up to the podium a man who has guided the career of Danny, a man who has been doing a tremendous job in the corner, working with him every day in the gym, and that is Ángel Garcia, Danny's father.
First of all, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be here with Danny. Without him, it won't be nothing. 24 years ago when Danny was born, the doctor told me he was in bereavement, so I thought, you know, I'm trying to get a little sentimental because I know Danny got to fight Morales, and it's not going to be hard. Believe this. It's not going to be hard, and it's not going to be easy. I know Morales is not a hard fighter, and he's not an easy fighter. But March 24th, Saturday, believe this, Danny will be the WBC World Champion. This was dreamed 24 years ago when Danny first was born. He struggled with his life. He was gifted. When I seen him, he was a child. I said, this kid's going to be a fighter one day. People used to look and say, you crazy, how you know that? I said, listen to me. He's going to be a fighter. Today, they asked me, how did you know that? Because God made him who he is today. Believe this, I'm very spiritual. I'm not in church every day with the Bible and them under armpit. Believe that, because I got my sins. But he's a big man up there. Morales had his time 10 years ago. He was the champion. Why he walked away? Nobody knows that. He's not going to come to this era of boxing. This is a new era. This is a new era of guys like Danny. Okay? These guys were 2008 Olympians, but they got gagged in the amateurs. They're not going to steal nothing from Danny no more. Because Danny's going to prove it March 24th with his fists in the ring. They say, oh, Morales, you fighting Danny, you fighting Morales in Texas, in his hometown, Mexico. Doesn't mean nothing. He could fight him in the moon. Doesn't mean nothing. It means this. Fists. When those fists start flying, Morales going to see. He's going to say, what is this kid hitting me with? Haven't been hitting this on in a long time. Believe this. Okay, he beat Manny, so what? That was 10 years ago, man. Come on, the new era of boxing. Wake up and smell the coffee. If y'all know about boxing or what? Do you know about boxing? Half of y'all don't know the answer to that. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? Ok, quiero darle primero gracias a Dios porque sin Dios no hay nada en la vida. Ok, primero que nada. Yo, cuando Danny nació 24 años atrás, cuando el doctor me dijo a mí que no estaba respirando, yo era que Danny estaba muerto. Pero Dios le dio vida y él peleó con su vida desde niño. Y él va a ser peleador el 24 de marzo. Yo no le voy a quitar nada a Morales. Pero Morales no va a quitarnos a nosotros. Porque el 24 de marzo se va a probar todo en el ring. Cuando los puños vuelen. Ahí es que se va a probar. Me dicen, que Morales pelea en Texas con su gente. No importa, peleamos en la luna. Porque se va a probar con los puños. Es que se va a probar. No hay que hablar más nada. Cuando Danny empieza a meterle a Morales, Morales va a saber que está en el ring con alguien que hay que pelear. Lindo y bello, hay que pelear lindo y bello. Esto no va a ser como la última pelea que tuvo Erik, que se lo comió el nene ese. ¿Ok? Esto va a ser una pelea de verdad. Morales no está en una pelea así hace 10 años atrás. Una pelea como la de Danny. Danny va a ser campeón, marzo 24, yo pongo mi cabeza un picador que Danny va a ser campeón. Gracias. Thank you very much.
Get it poppin'.
Danny Garcia turned 24 years old on Tuesday, so happy belated birthday. He holds a record, a perfect record, of 22-0 with 14 knockouts. He's rated number 4 by the WBC. He's considered one of boxing's brightest young stars, and he does own back-to-back wins over former world champions. And one that I was really impressed by was when he fought Kendall Holt. Kendall Holt just recently won and knocked his opponent out. I believe it was in 1 round. So it demonstrates obviously the power and the preparation that Danny does. Takes this game very serious. He has a great trainer in his father. And obviously, he's ready for his HBO Championship boxing debut. He hails out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like I said, with a record of 22 and 14 knockouts. That's Danny Swift Garcia.
You know, first of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my father, you know, guided me the whole way through. I want to thank Golden Boy Oscar. I want to thank Al Heyman. But, you know, I got a great team, as you can see. I let my dad do the talking, and I back it up with the fist. So that's one of the best teams you can have right there. So, you know, I'm humbled, I'm young, I'm hungry. And, you know, I've been boxing for 14 years now. I had 120 amateur fights, 22 pro fights, 14 knockouts. This is everybody's dream to perform on a big level, make it to the HBO. Every kid wants to fight on HBO growing up. You know, I watched Morales' great fights growing up. You know, I was a fan of his. Never thought I'd be in the ring with him. You know, I respect what he's done for the sport. Nobody could take that away from him. But it's a new time. It's a new era. It's my time. It's Swift time. So March 24th. I want everybody to watch this fight. I want everybody to go buy your tickets if you didn't buy them yet. It's going to be a great undercard. And I'm just blessed to be here. I bring a lot of speed, a lot of power, explosiveness. And my dream will come true on Saturday night. You're going to hear a new WBC Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Danny Swift Garcia.
Thank you very much, Danny. Also, now I would like to introduce to you the champion. First, I would like to acknowledge he's the Director of Operations for Box Latino, Carlos Mera. And at this moment, les quiero presentar el entrenador y el papá del gran campeón de Morales, José Olivaritos Morales.
Buenas tardes a todos. Antes que nada, quiero felicitar a el retador por su bonita trayectoria que lleva de invicto, y que hace 15 años yo también, igual que su papá, tenía la ilusión de que mi hijo fuera campeón del mundo.
Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for being here. I want to congratulate Danny on his career, 22-0, good record. And I also want to say that 15 years ago I had a dream that my son would be a world champion one day.
El sábado tiene su oportunidad con Erik Morales, igual como yo la tuve con Daniel Zaragoza cuando Erik disputó el título mundial.
This Saturday is going to be Danny's opportunity to be a world champion against Erik Morales, just like I had my opportunity with my son Erik when he fought against Daniel Zaragoza.
Demasiado joven, invicto, también igual que mi hijo cuando disputó el título mundial.
He's young and hungry and strong, just like my son was when he first challenged for the title.
Hace 15 años, hoy día le toca defenderlo con un peleador joven como es Danny Garcia.
That was 15 years ago, and now, as a veteran, he's going to have to defend his title against a young fighter like Danny Garcia.
El sábado va la afición boxística, van a ver una pelea como todo el tiempo está Erik acostumbrado a exponer su campeonato y dar lo mejor de él en cada pelea.
This Saturday you're going to witness a great fight, like is customary with Erik Morales, and he's going to go in there to defend his title and put on a show for the fans.
Juventud contra experiencia.
Youth against experience.
Espero en Dios que salga todo muy bien y que la afición boxística vea una defensa más de Erik Morales.
I'm asking God that everything comes out fine and okay, and you're going to see once again a defense from Erik Morales.
Y también los jueces que abran muy bien los ojos, el referee también que haga su trabajo arriba del ring para que todo salga perfectamente bien y la afición boxística gocen de una bonita pelea y una bonita defensa de Erik Morales.
And I'm asking the judges and the referee to do their job, do a great job, so that everything's great and comes out fine for this fight. And once again, you're going to see a defense of Erik Morales' title.
Y nuevamente felicito a Danny por su calidad de invicto, y el sábado tiene su oportunidad. Él se preparó a lo mejor, que nosotros también hicimos lo mismo con Erik Morales. Esperamos que sea una bonita pelea para todo el aficionado al boxeo. Gracias.
And once again, I want to congratulate Danny for his great record, undefeated, and he's going to have his opportunity, and I know he's going to be ready. He did his job, and as we did our job, and my fighter's ready.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Well, he's a future boxing Hall of Famer and current WBC Super Lightweight World Champion. He's had tremendous victories over great fighters, going back to his first world title fight, as he mentioned, against Daniel Zaragoza. where I can actually remember him throwing that right hand to the body, I believe it was. And that's when everybody said, well, who's this young fighter? That's when he really made his mark on that big stage. He has had tremendous trilogies also against Marco Antonio Barrera, I believe. As Danny's father mentioned, he was the last man to beat Manny Pacquiao. He is, I believe, the first Mexican world champion to capture 4 world titles in 4 different weight classes. So that obviously shows you why he's such a great fighter, because Mexico has produced tremendous fighters. Most recently, the fighter we all know, Julio Cesar Chavez, who was a tremendous fighter and captured 3 world titles. So it tells you a lot about Erik Morales. You know, he had a tremendous win against a fighter who everybody counted him out. Everybody was saying, how can you put him in with a fighter like a Marcos Maidana, and surprised and shocked the world in that performance. So obviously facing Danny Garcia, he knows how dangerous it is. He knows what a great fight it's going to be. And obviously those are the types of challenges that legends are made of. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce to you the Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, with a record of 52-7 with 36 knockouts. He is the super lightweight world champion, WBC, Erik El Terrible Morales.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
Pues, yo he escuchado muchas cosas toda la semana, durante muchas entrevistas que dicen, que hablan, que me van a la cabeza, que va a haber nuevo campeón, que 1000 cosas.
I've heard a lot of things this week. I've done many interviews, and I've heard many things that, you know, what are you doing? What are you thinking in this fight? There's going to be a new champion on Saturday.
Y bueno, pues recuerdo cuando me hablaron por teléfono, me dijeron, Erik, ¿quieres pelear en el mes de enero contra Danny Garcia? Y dije, sí, me suena, déjame verlo. Vi sus peleas.
And I remember when I was first offered this fight, when I got the phone call, and I was asked, Erik, do you want to fight against Danny Garcia? And I said, yeah, no problem, you know, and I looked at some of his fights, I studied some of his fights.
Y la pregunta es, ¿realmente creen que haré una pelea para perder?
And do you really think, the real question is, do you think I would accept a fight to lose?
¿Realmente creen que la fuerza y la velocidad es mejor que la capacidad técnica?
Do you really think that strength and speed is better than technique?
La velocidad y la fortaleza son dos herramientas que se usan, falta de capacidad técnica.
You know, speed and power is just two aspects of fighting, and 2 things that you can use in a fight.
Y eso se va a demostrar una vez más. No hay nada que preocuparse, estamos tranquilos, estamos contentos. Es un placer estar aquí en Houston. Finalmente, después de que la pelea iba a ser en enero y por alguna operación que tuve de problemas en la vesícula, no pudimos estar.
And having technique is obviously always very important as well, and I can beat that. And but look, I'm happy to be here in Houston. Obviously, we had to delay the fight. It was supposed to be in January. I had a procedure done, and now we're here.
Señores, me encanta el optimismo que tiene. Bueno, lástima, Margarito. Vamos a ganar y vamos a festejar una vez más. Esta segunda etapa del boxeo la disfruto realmente, me encanta. Me emociona estar arriba del ring, lo hago con mucho agrado y tengo 5 peleas que regresé después de 2 años y medio. He escuchado las mismas palabras y he escuchado también los mismos lamentos después de cada pelea. El no entender cómo son tan pendejos para no quitarse los golpes que les dieron.
But look, I'm happy to be here. I'm ready for this fight. This is going to be a great fight. You know, I have 5 victories. I had 5 fights coming back from my layoff. I had a 2.5-year layoff. And basically, look, I've heard it all before. Everybody says they're going to do this and that, they're going to beat me, but are they really that stupid?
Ya no me voy a llamar el terrible, ahora me voy a llamar el profesor por dar clases.
I'm going to officially change my name. I'm not going to be El Terrible anymore. Now I'm going to be the professor to give classes.
Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you Saturday night. Weigh-ins for tomorrow. Like I said, 1 p.m.